Step 2. Step 3. And hi, everybody. Okay. So we're good to go. Wow, what a pile of stuff. I think we can't get rid of all that. I remember that I had a look on all these before I picked them up, so we won't be needing them. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to do today was look into my devotions and see if I can't add in something that will bring me some benefit for today. Okay. Let's see. I think, yeah, well, damage is a bad keyword. Let's see, fire. The imp. Fire damage, spirit and defensive ability, physique, fire damage, ether fire. Well, we could go into the fiend afterwards. Hey Joe, welcome. Happy to see you. So let's see, tortoise, hell no. We could go for falcon. Falcon's looking good. Falcon swoop. I think both of them would be quite fitting, so let's go for the purple one first. So it's more damage, more health, and more cunning. I like that combo. A little bit of everything. So, hope you had a nice day, and let's survive another night, I hope. I have no clue if I will make it. Felt really good to finally record some Victoria today again. Although I gotta say, this whole Nolius mod pack is really scary. It's one of the most scary mod packs I've ever touched since C-Block. So thanks for the recommendation, Joe. Really appreciate that. I love horribly hard stuff. Oh, I don't have that aura activated yet. Here we go. Not as if it would really mean much, but... Oh, there's that crazy cultist's hideout. I don't want to go that way. That's a little bit too spooky for my taste. These guys, they really don't stand any chance here. So, we did a good start the last episode yesterday. So intriguingly easy right now. There's nothing worse than enemies being that easy when you're on permadeath. It's a recipe for disaster. I really should check out the Discord server for Grim Dawn to promote my stream there a bit. I really forgot that this might be a thing. There we go. So at least I don't need to stab everything singularly. goblin thingies here were always a good point to grind it up a bit. Okay, let's survive that. Might be good loot in it. Oh no, or, well, will I? I don't feel ready for Gutworm yet. Maybe if I got that item, but not yet. No. That guy is really spooky. And I don't feel that upgraded yet. The worst part about Gutworm is that he's one of those guys who can stun and slow you, therefore when you notice that you can't handle him, it's possibly already too late. Die, Witch Doctor. Let's see, annoying part when they heal each other. Okay, but the XP gain is really steady here. That thing needed level 18. That will really make a big difference. Can't wait to equip it. Because right now, it might be all cool, but I don't like my kill speed yet. It's not where I want to have it. It's okay, but it's not there yet. Hi, Russie. Welcome. Nice to see you. Alright. Ooh, those spiders. Poison damage is always so nasty. Poison and bleed comes up with so massively quick damage. So I wonder how long I'll survive this. Oh, there's another cave. The burial cave. Okay. That's a very desirable location. The burial cave is really cool because you've got tons of undead there just waiting to be farmed. Low HP, very slow attacks, lots of XP. Good combo, good combo. So I got the game, I may or not already got. I looked through the mod availability today a little bit, but I didn't want to go modded yet. Just started that project here. One day in the future, but not yet. Hope you're enjoying a good time there. Squire's boots. That's good. Ha. Okay. Let's take that Ether Crystal first. And let's just keep proceeding forward. There are so many enemies, but luckily we don't face any bosses yet. That's why I came here. Also, that devotion shrine really comes in handy. Jeez. Look at those guys. They don't stop. They keep coming. 17. Nice. Okay, so where next? What do we have here? Static Strike. Fire damage, lightning damage with a certain chance of knockdown. Brimstone comes with fire and chaos damage on top of that. So this adds up extra physical damage as well. Interesting. Okay. I'm going to max out the explosive strike first. This is the best This is the most appealing piece of AoE I got so far, so I want to stick with that. Alright. Now, physical bleeding damage extra. Oh yeah, that gives me slowly the extra damage I'm lacking so far. That's good. I was very tempted to pick up the extra levels on my healing skill, but I don't feel like I need that much defense right now. Oh, I forgot to go for the blacksmith quest, silly me. Oh my god. Just realized. There we go. One more level, and then everybody will just fall apart, I'm pretty sure. That new sword will make such a big difference. But thanks for the recommendation of the mods, Rossi. I really would have missed that without your recommendation, because they are not in the Steam workshop, so...
Oh, hello, Travel.
Yeah. I'll find that Angram. I was actually already at the spot where this guy is spawning. It's just not there if you don't have the quest. Sad. Ow. Let's keep moving. Alright, there we go. The blacksmith will be a big upgrade too. Yeah, but here we go. There goes a lot of extra damage. It's amazing what one devotion point can sometimes change. Of course, I'm using one called Dawn and Master Race. Wow, that sounds really cool. I'll give that a try someday soon too.
Move along.
Let's side with that guy. Okay then, let's take the other corner there. Slow movement. Movement speed is that rare in this game. It's brutal. Oh, we actually got a boss here. Didn't even notice. Shame on me. That's not good. I should immediately realize that there's a boss involved. Zealot's Gauntlets. Attack speed, cast speed. Oh yeah. It even has a +2 on my... I think the pneumatic burst was this one. Yeah. Well, I'm not done with the classes of the base game yet, so I don't need to expand that even more. There's another boss. This time I realized I'm faster. Take this, weird goblin thing. There we go. Nice amount of scrap. Scrap will come in handy too. Alright. The extra AoE was really so useful. Since I chose yours, should I go with the Necromancer or the... Oh... Can't you do just both? Like, combine the Diablo 2 Necromancer with the Grim Dawn Necromancer? If that would be possible, I would be actually totally down for that. Go full necromancer. There we go. 4 or 5 different necromancers. Hell yeah. Yeah, well, I enjoyed modded Diablo 2 a lot too. I read somewhere that Blizzard wants to do a Diablo 2 relaunch too. Or was I wrong about that? Man, we're slaughtering these gobos. It's good. Exactly, I did read that. I hope they make it compatible for mods, because they were such glorious mods. The base game I'm not missing that much. I played that already way more than I wanted to, but the modding community was really good at that game. And I wasn't done with those mods yet. Ooh, I need to fall back here. I really need to fall back here. These invisible walls, I tell you. So 2 bosses at once, it's not cool. Let's make it like only 1 guy at a time, if possible, as long as possible. It's relieving the situation a lot. I think I should be able to stay now. Those guys were a lot more dangerous than the stuff I'm used to. Ooh. Wait a sec. Why? How? Sick. Okay. So let's see. That thing, I can't wield that yet, but that thing is that much better than my stuff yet. Yeah, it's insanely high base damage there. Okay. Nice. Ah, well, let's sell Baroque's bloody arm. Hey, Hyoran! Nice to meet you. Apparently they're making it easier to mod, so modders can add even more. Oh, God. Very well played, Blizzard. At least they're doing something right. That would be really awesome, because honestly, when I discovered the modding function of Diablo 2, it was already way past being hype. But, yeah, well. Let's see. That new sword comes in really handy. Alright, it's noticeable that the enemies are growing stronger right now. There we go. I'm glad I invested that much into AoE. Yeah, I know, Hyoran, I know. I am not really excited yet. Because Blizzard did really one thing good, and that's messing it up time and time again. You know. I've noticed that from these guys since a while. I was so friggin' disappointed back when I saw how they promoted StarCraft 2. I didn't buy StarCraft as a sign of protest, StarCraft 2 I mean, because I was so pissed with this DLC strategy from the scratch basically, when they were like, yeah, we're releasing that, but just be titled full price maybe, because you will pay it, won't you? I was really angry. I'm still angry, as you might notice. I haven't played StarCraft 2 until this very day, but I didn't want to give them that obscene amount of money, because that's just, I don't know. I didn't like that move at all, and I don't like it until this very day. I'm okay with games that develop DLCs over a longer period of time, but I don't like DLCs as a method of squeezing out, of putting out a game that's modular per se. I don't like that. Because that's just a lot of money involved. To me, that was even worse than The Sims. Because The Sims, you know, you kind of like, you expect that DLC policy. You know that there will be DLCs at some point. But you at least get a complete product. Whatever. Let's see what how they'll mess it up this time. Or maybe Blizzard hasn't. The guys at Blizzard have really learned from their mistakes. I highly doubt it, but whatever. We'll see that. Until then, we cleared out this cellar. Easy peasy. Yeah. I'm growing more and more happy with my clear speed now. I really want to learn that jump attack too, so I can move more quickly over the map when there are enough enemies around. I feel like that could be really, really handy. Because right now I feel very limited with my moving speed here. Let's grind it out a bit more. With hardcore mode, I at least have a good excuse of grinding out everything as hard as possible. I wasn't crazy about this class combo at first, but it's looking better and better. Yeah, that's why I try out such crazy things, you know? Because if I only do what I think is good, I keep trotting down the same paths. So, oh yeah. Ooh, we got an altar there. Or as I like to call it, another opportunity to kill myself. Yeah, no, it wasn't too horrible at all. I think with this game it's pretty hard to make horrible decisions overall, because if your class combination is too much on one side, you can go with the devotion tree to balance that out again. Because the devotion tree has actually such powerful nodes that they basically can be used as a third class to balance things a bit out. I'm not sure if I'm absolutely right about that, because I never leveled a character until the very end and such, but, well, I got enough experience with ARPGs to notice how damn powerful the devotions also are. I didn't even know, but that's nice to know, because crits are one of the most nasty things in game. So this is all the level 17 damage. That extra sword came in really handy. Although it was only a mediocre choice, it really does a good job. Alright, we're gonna return to Devil's Crossing soon to mod up our weaponry a bit. So I won't be touching that totem until I got the next level, because I really want that amped up gear. Sitting on such a big power up right now, there's no sane reason to take that dangerous fight before that. Little behavioral things keeping you alive. Find enough enemies, that is. Jeez. Ah, there's a boss down with him. Darlax, Devourer of Dreams.
Can't do that yet.
Okay, let's see. Infantry Greaves or Arcane Winds. Well, nope. Okay. Stuff. Especially in hardcore, I can't go past stuff. So, let's see. I really like these totems. They weren't there when I finished that game the first time. They got added later, and they are really good action. Because so far, no matter how strong my character grew, these totems always brought up a nasty surprise from time to time. So here we're slowly leaving the map. I want to kill Gutworm, but I don't feel like I can allow it myself to. Oh, this is difficult. There's always a lot of XP in these spider swarms. Gosh, that close, hey? If I'm lucky, I'll find enough in that black area there. But wait a sec, I got lots of quests to turn in, I just noticed. These'll do the trick. Alright, just like I said. So, Olgrim, give me some XP too. And Mr. Smith, give me some XP too. So let's see. Yeah, hardcore has its own recipes. So we're completely on our own here as well. It's gonna be a tough one. I like that. So let's see. These upgrades here, they are pretty much directly unlocked. Very good. So somebody mentioned a claw, severed claw. Slam. Well, I feel like going for two of these. We will need some time, but they will be really useful. Alright. Keep those leftovers for now. Blue headgear is the Nightblade item. No, that's just the rarity level. Blue is... what's it called here? Rare is green, and epic is blue, and legendary is purple. So blue is actually a little bit more powerful than green. Although green items are pretty interesting because they can have very funky combinations of skills there. So let's see. Lightning Rod goes here, and that thing won't be an upgrade for anything anymore. Okay. That's what I wanted to see. Ain't that super crazy upgrade anymore, but a lot better than before. Has a good boost to physical damage though. Yeah, but, well... my offensive ability is lower with it, and... oh well. I could keep the Berserk skill, actually. It ain't that bad. Berserk is really good against singled out enemies. Okay, let's learn new skills. Let's get go.
Can't do that.
I see 2 bosses. One of them dying rather slowly. Alright. A lot less scary than I thought. So, yet another Berserker's Cowl. So I feel like going for Gutworm. Possibly my last choice for this run, but I feel like I should have a decent chance there. Oh well, that belt is actually bad. Sad. So these need level 20. This needs physique 190. Do I want to have that? Yes, I do. I do. Let's keep those items. I'm more than willing to invest a little bit into physique to just increase my resilience a little bit, to open up my build to heavier gear, because I feel like definitely no decision I will regret. Okay. Here, that's a good opportunity to berserk.
That skill's not ready.
Increases my defenses a fair bit, but taking more damage than I'm sustaining here, sadly. That guy was really tough. So, not interesting, not interesting, not interesting, too bad. Alright. Luckily I had a change of mind in the last second and I won't be going for Gutworm at this point. Because it's just foolish. An enemy with that high amount of burst without at least life leech or some sort of heal on hit. It might go well, okay, some loot, some glory, but in the end not worth taking the risk of just dying.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's really hard for me to take decisions that are like these. I really want... I'm a completionist at heart, you know. And now I'm leaving this place with one boss not killed. It's gonna be hard. But I think if I want to survive hardcore longer than just the first 30 levels, I really need to grow a habit to avoid unnecessary danger. Although I gotta say, if I only had some sort of on-hit heal, I would definitely consider going for Gutworm. I mean, maybe I am already tanky enough, there's a fair possibility, but I won't. Because these guys are already beating me up hard enough. Okay, another Rift Gate we have to conquer. There we go. That's not all, isn't it? No. Yeah, very happy with the offense now. 3 bosses surrounding me is quite scary. Alright, but we're taking down the first of them in a moment. Okay, let's kite that for a second. I won't stand that. Puddle there. Night Hunter's Chest Guard, let's see. Still need more damage though. Let's see. Yeah, Knight's Chill. Oh yeah, that's better. So, do I have another piece of bristly fur? Definitely not here right now. Ah, it's level 20 anyways. Okay. There's a small army of zombies waiting to be formed. Oh yeah, cultist orders. Yeah, the cultist slayer. Also a nice place to kill myself. Jeez. Although maybe not. Maybe I'm underestimating my fighting power right now. Yeah, so this place is always a dead end. Ooh, tons of enemies. Yeah, that explosive strike is so good at this point. Finally, I'm getting rid of the these extra trash mobs quickly. It's one of the biggest breakthrough points for melee builds, in my opinion. Once they are able to get rid of that trash. Before that, they feel really annoying, but that's true for a lot of builds. Okay. Just when I thought it's not worth the ordeal. Wow, so much experience. Jeez. Okay. Ah, there's the last of these forgotten cellars. There's always another one. They're not that important, but right now I really want to level as hard as possible, so these little extra areas actually do matter a lot. Wow. You see, I even found myself some bristly fur for my chest piece. And I could upgrade my weapons a little bit more. Let's see. Do I have any regular chipped claws? No. Too bad. Chilled steel? Yeah, whatever. I'm absolutely sure that I won't be upgrading these weapons with these severed claws. At least I hope I won't be wielding them until I'm level 24 and beyond. That would be a shame. 11:30. Okay, let's proceed. Wait a sec, I didn't enter that cellar yet. So let's see, maybe we will manage to leave Burwich today. There's a decent chance of managing that. Okay. Salvaged breastplate of attack. Not really good, but that's fine. Nope. Slowly reaching the point where I actually keep looking more and more for those blue items and less for those green items. Oh man, that's a lot of rats. Yeah. Okay. Just sip that potion for no reason because the level up saved my bacon here. Okay, one more round of skill points. Chance of knockdown target. Flame touched. So that's even more damage and offensive ability. And what do we get here? Temper. Physical damage. Vindictive flame. Oh, health regen. Total speed plus. Yeah, that's something I want to have. That's definitely a keeper. Total speed, health regen per second. That's good for now. There's a decent chance that I will be reskilling a lot here anyways, later. But for now, I just keep that build optimized to what I need to what I need right now. Oh, hi there, friends. Thanks for the instant XP delivery. Much appreciated. Holy moly. These zombie swarms are so bountiful. Embroidered hat of protection. Thanks. Goodness. Gonna collect it for the coin nevertheless. It's so good to just enter a mob like this, deliver a couple of strikes, and then most of the situation's already been dealt with. Yesterday we had a completely different experience here. A weathered scythe. Not interesting for a dual wielder at all. So, is this already the abandoned waterfront? Okay. Let's go back to Burvich for a moment, because if I remember correctly, I'll receive a little quest here. And there's the Rainy, exactly.
What do you want?
Let's take him down. I like the reward from Burden there. Also, I dislike cultists in general. At least in this game.
Have you found a good work? There have been countless holes. Warden.
Yeah. I'll deal with the Warden for you. Promise. Here, I knew it. I'll get your back.
Greetings.
So this thing, I won't be needing that anymore. So basically everything here is not necessary anymore except for these items lying here.
See you around.
Let's check this out. we're doing fine here. Okay, super scary spot. We might be dying here. But looking pretty good so far, but I want to fall back until my health pot is back from cooldown again, because these situations, they are really, really spooky. Okay, here we go. Without a health pot on cooldown, which I can plug in situations of need, poison is... Okay. With these poison puddle mini dungeons, I always feel like the entrance is hell. Once you got the entrance moment done, it's actually quite manageable. But before that, it's so friggin' deadly. Okay, pots on cooldown. I'll lay low for a sec. Okay, here we go. Potion's back. And here goes the boss. Run, lift the order. Okay, I'll kite that thing a bit until my pots are back from cooldown. I'm truly scared here. That thing does so much damage. No potion available feels so friggin' scary and wrong against that thing. Okay, let's keep running again. Shouldn't be fighting like that. I should be using the potions when they run a tad bit longer, and then get out of there once the strong regeneration effect from the pot wears off. That's how we fight. Because the potion actually does give me some safety here to work with. There we go. Nice. Platinum Amulet of Protection. Pierce, damage, cunning. No, not interesting at all. Restored Raiment, not interesting either. Okay. So that just showed me I need more HP than that. And it also showed me that I was pretty right about avoiding Gutworm at this point. Alright. So, here's the ward. Explorer's Cover. Physique, health, experience gained. Oh, I like that. This is a lot less edgy than the Berserker's Cowl. And I'll trade over 200 HP any time of the day for, what, 10 or 20 damage per second? Okay. Nice! We did it! It was only a little bit scary. Me. Okay, we're almost level 20. Fabric number 1. That's working quite nicely here. So the regular Burwitch enemies are pretty okay for me to deal with at this point. Here and there I need some potions, but that's mainly because my build doesn't offer me any direct healing options or such. So I am stuck with that one healing skill I can use once every 5 seconds, and the potions. Okay, we got the fabric. Let's deliver that back home. So, well, doesn't beat the Night Hunter's chest guard there. So, back to Burwich we go. So far, so good. But I really wish that I might be managing to make this character a little bit less squishy, but that's gonna be tough. There's almost nothing on the skill board to make this character less squishy, so... Ow. The damage is pretty awesome though. It's really fun to play that. Just get in there and smack them. Not used to have that kind of destructive potential that early on, honestly. Then again, there are so many situations where I die that suddenly, even though I invested pretty solid into resilience. It's really scaring me. Yes, Vitality. Sounds like a good choice. Okay, that's one really uncomfortable situation here. So much kiting involved here. Almost level 20. There we go. Now, one more shrine. Oh, that's going to be the completion of my first constellation too. Nice. There we go. Another leather belt, but no thanks. Now, this stuff is not really necessary to be upgraded further. What can I get here? Extra frostburn damage. It's just more damage on that skill. If I upgrade that, more health percent restored, more total speed. That's pretty good actually. And that one, minus offensive ability, minus speed. Well, I'd say let's get this thing upgraded properly. Because this fire strike thingy is after all pretty much my main attack right now, so. Oh yeah, there was gear I wanted to use, and a devotion skill I wanted to assign. So, Falcon Swoop. Let's do this on that. And do this, and do that. And the bristly fur goes on that. And that. And that. Here we go. Even more HP than before. And more damage. That's neat. Let's rescue that little guy there. See you later, friend. I mean, the good thing if I invested that many points into physique is that I will be able to wear the heaviest armor without issues. Not entirely sure if that will really make that much of a difference, but it will definitely not make me weaker, and that's a good thing. Oh, come on, you. Dropping that scrap here. Oh, I want these guys down. Okay. So now I'm able to restore upgrades with that inventor guy. Or retrieve upgrades much more. Wow, what an upgrade. Like, I feel like I'm dealing so much more damage all of a sudden. This is really good. I feel like I don't need much more upgrades before I consider investing into defenses again. Maybe into my breathing technique to give this a stronger healing effect. Because, you know, once you're done with increasing your damage, you might as well increase your defense again. You only live once. I want that area first. I'm gonna be very, very happy if I manage to kill Warden Creek with this character. That would be a really good first start. Origin of the Slith. Ooh. I know where they come from. I wish I wouldn't. Seriously, that's a horrible story. If anybody asks you ever if you want to hear the story of the Slith, just say no. You don't. Okay, cold damage, movement speed. Movement speed, you know? Whatever. No, I'm not discarding that. I'm gonna keep that. Oh, look at that! Another shrine. Awesome. Should really check out if I got a Mock of the Traveler already. They are really handy on boots. Okay, so every totem might be your last encounter. Live every totem like it is your last. Seriously. They are so dangerous. I mean, Flash Hulk? 2 Flash Hulks? Are you guys crazy? I didn't sign in for this! Flash Hulks are really spooky, guys. Just happy that it's no Ironside Hulks. Okay. Force me on pots. I'll fall back until I got the pots back from cooldown. Alright. It's like Flash Hulks, I feel like they always are super resilient no matter how much damage my character deals. Flash Hulks still are tanky. looks like we're, so I invested another potion here, but I feel like we should be fine there for now. Yeah. I want to break through this guy, though. Through to this guy. There we go.
That skill's not ready.
Oof. Flash hulks. So these are literally made for Nightblades, but they have a lower level, so I won't be using them. Bolt Spitter. Ranged. Okay, so I won't be using green items anymore where I already got blue items. Oh, look at that. It's even stronger than the lightning rod. It's okay for me. Nice. Lightning rod was never a really desirable option for this character to begin with, because lightning damage is not existent in this build in a meaningful way. Fire damage would be really good. Piercing damage is also pretty good, but my gloves are pretty much the best. These Zealot's gloves, I think they were pretty good. Let me check once I'm done with these. Once I'm done with this filth. Alright. Yeah, pneumatic burst plus attack speed plus chaos resistance even. Hey, I got 41% chaos resistance. I should definitely go for these Chthonian cultists. Hey, Cog! Hi! Nice to meet ya. Hope you're feeling fine, my friend. Okay. I'm avoiding the direction towards the Warden's lair for now. So, let's see. Yeah, Hobby the Drifter can't be saved as far as I know. Yeah, well, it's no problem. Yeah, I'll be doing some Factorio fights soon as well. I really want to finish the smelter arrays I started a month ago or something like that for my Crestorio and space exploration run. I really want to set up the space factory soon. I mean, finally, since we got kindergarten back up and a little bit less stress at home, I really feel like ready for new projects again. It's really good. Scrap. Trying to do the same. Awesome. Like, really looking forward to see more of that. Okay. Quite tempted to go to the cultist's den, but then at the same time, this is one of the most dangerous dungeons you could go to in whole Burbage. This and Gutworm are the two most dangerous places to go in the beginning of the game. Yeah, I played Crucible a little bit, but I wasn't that much of a big fan. I mean, Crucible is nice when you just want to play and don't go for the exploration part, but, well, I don't know. I love that survival aspect here with hardcore and, well, I mean, I could do the same with Crucibles, sure. Maybe we do that someday too. I don't mind. As long as it's fun, you know. speaking about fun. Fun is stopping now. Now begins the nightmare. Maybe. These guys came in quite low numbers. And they're spreading out in a very silly way. It's very beneficial for me. Holy moly. Possibly I should be a little bit less afraid about my well-being. Guardsman's helm. Yeah, I'll exchange that. Squire's hand guards. Yay! The slugger. That sounds like a ranged weapon. So, oh, a ribbon. My first medal. Well, let's see how much it upgrades. 1341. Just a tad bit. There's another ribbon. Plat band. What do we have here? Can't be worse than the gold band here. Great fun to do in multiplayer. Sounds good, true. Okay. So, let's keep going with that one, shall we? Or... no, I want to go for this skill as well. At least lay down the foundations for the build here. Yeah, that's another big damage upgrade here. The faster I kill stuff, the better for me to survive it. I really need some sort of life leech or healing on hit in any way. It's the ether barrier. We will go here later. Okay. Jeez. Slaughtering everything here. So, which way to go to get out of here? I need to go that way. Siege. I'm trying that one the first time, actually. I used it here for this character because it was the most generalist damage node I found, which was just based on physical damage and less on a particular elemental source of damage. But yeah, so far I'm liking it here. I mean, the automatic aiming functionality of these skills is quite awesome in the game in general. There we go. Oh, this is a dangerous situation. Surrounded by lots and lots of ranged attackers. But with that kind of kill speed, we should be fine. But nevertheless, these are situations which can escalate quite quickly and spell a quick death if you're not careful. But it's also a really big bunch of XP to be gathered here. Get those journal entries. They are free experience too. But I feel like that's really good. Going through these enemies like a knife through hot butter. Okay, let's go back home for a sec and sell some stuff. And most importantly, fetch myself some tea. Gonna be right back, friends. Wonderful. Just made it right before I started the stream. Okay. Bolt spitter. Dreadlord's Ribbon of Ruin. Sounds cooler than it is. So, they don't sell anything too useful here either. Well, Mark of the Traveler. I really wanted to check out if I got one of those. Because they are really good. I'm afraid I might not have one though. Traveler. No. Would have been too good to be true.
I'll keep an eye on this.
Okay, well, let's keep going. Devotion points are none available. Okay. Oh yeah, the apprentice guy. 3 XP. Okay, getting closer to the warden. Oh, there's a scriptlet from Warden Creek's journals. Don't read them if you don't. If you want to keep up a healthy picture of this game. The more I read about Warden Creek, the more I hated that guy. They're really good at antagonizing people in this game. Alright, we're there. Warden's cellar. If everything goes good, I might be considering rerunning some areas in Burwich before I go to Creek. I'm not sure about that yet. Let's see how we'll proceed. I should be possibly fine. This doesn't seem to be one of the more problematic runs so far. So there's a lot of stuff to be gained in the Warden's cellar. This whole area here is such a big and massive grind out spot. We will grow a bit here before we face the boss. Let's take the spider cave here. That's the reason why I went here first. There's always a ton of spiders here, and I hope I'll survive that. There's really a lot of enemies. But honestly, that's a solid DPS here. And for some reason, the other spiders didn't go around the corner, luckily. There we go. Wonderful. Against these guys. Everything which spits out puddles that stay
That skill's not ready.
needs you to keep moving while fighting. Oh, there's yet another totem. But I want to clear out the vicinity here first, so I can do a proper kiting party here. There's nothing worse than summoning a bunch of big baddies and running with them into another bunch of big baddies, and then the whole situation escalates into something really horrible. Okay, let's take down this corridor. Doesn't look like I'm facing too much trouble here. But this will be trouble. I see flesh hulks already. So let's fall back. Flesh hulks have these nasty stun attacks. That's why I'm so afraid of them. Basically, I'm super afraid of everything that can't immobilize me. That's why. Oh, this is so spooky. I don't want to fight that without pots. So yeah, I'm kiting this back really a long time, but at the same time I know why. I think that boss is resembling a Ironside Hulk. He got that Aether Shockwave skill, and he slows or stuns me, so... Alright. I think I did a good job here with taking this seriously. So, what do we have here? Something stronger than my main hand. Awesome! I love upgrades. Keep them coming, friends. Okay, we ain't done yet, and this is still very, very dangerous. Yeah.
Can't do that yet.
Oh, I'm so afraid here to stay longer than necessary. No, I ain't got no pots. Here. Yeah, it's Ironside Hulks, actually. Ironside Hulks are everything a Flash Hulk is, only worse. Hey, bird. Welcome back. Come here. Okay. So, one of those Hulk bosses down. I was literally one of the worst case scenarios here. 2 Hulk bosses, if I count correctly, 2 Ironside Hulks and 1 Flash Hulk. Like, how much worse could it be? But that's giving me a good feeling how well it went here. Okay, not interested in that amulet. So, one more Ironside Hulk. Probably should be able to take down the rest of the bosses of Burwitch. If that worked, the rest should work too. Explorer's footpads. So, oh, they got 11% move speed. Awesome, and they give me total speed bonus while wearing them. Even better. I'll take these if you don't mind. So, well, let's take that leather belt. The extra cunning will come in very, very handy. Health regen plus, but no alacrity, so I don't really want that. Vitality, health 10%. I still want to replace that yellow one, but 5% speed on everything is just so strong. It's hard to replace that. Okay, almost level 22. I'm positively surprised how many of you guys are enjoying this game as much as I do. I was kind of like afraid when I came up with the idea that none of you would actually like to watch this, but I think I never catched this secret room ever before. I literally only catched it because the AoE of my attacks laid it open. Well, more armor but no health. Too bad. Very good. Let's go down here next. Yay! Level up is upon us! Studded helmet, no thanks. Got my mini set. Not really. But I do enjoy the extra speed, honestly. Okay. Now, I got the flame touched skill and let's see. Skill energy cost. No. Physical resistance sounds groovy, but let's go for some good old base stats again. Thanks, man. Well, I will keep streaming a lot more now, if everything goes well, that is. Practically aim for a daily basis, but we'll see. Yay. So good. So good. We're just shredding that stuff. I didn't expect simple basic attacks to be that much fun. Like, really not. But this game has a way of surprising me with how fun everything can be. Really, that's something Grim Dawn does so well for me. Whatever I start playing, at some point it turns into some kind of kit where I'm like, wow, that's actually fun to play. If I attack the centermost enemies, I really do take them down so quickly at this point. It's awesome. Okay, we got the first layer of the Warden's Cellar cleared. Good stuff. There's a portal for that. Okay. So, on a completely unrelated note here, Hjoran, I today finished my first tribulation on my character that had to do it for his breakthroughs on my evil sect. So, really happy to have that managed today. Yeah, well, we are starting to crit more and more. I think that's definitely something I need to focus in as well. That and some sort of healing myself while fighting. There we go. Just smacking them away. Honestly, I would prefer a few more ranks on that explosion skill to amp up the AoE a tad bit more. But we're already at a good spot here. Boss. Let's take that a little bit more seriously. Hide that. Take down at least the little minions before I go for the actual boss. Most of the time these bosses are just really easy to take down, but I rather take everybody seriously since it's hardcore after all. Iron blunderbuss of thunder. Well. Clear out those storage rooms. Well, yellow rift scourges. I hate those guys. They are friggin' resilient and they always trick me to fight too long in these puddles. And these puddles are some of the most dangerous things in game. Because I don't know why, but my characters end up with a low poison resistance very often. Is it that hard in this game to get poison resistance, or am I just unlucky? I don't know. But something like this keeps happening to me. Wonderful. The speed I take down entire packs, though, is really a lot better than... Nightblades should get some poison resist. Yeah, that would actually make sense. I start to pay attention, more and more attention to these resistance nodes in the constellations as well, because I realized that every constellation that gives you something like vitality, poison, or bleed resistance, or ether resistance might come in handy at someday soon. Really love the attack speed at this point. And we're just starting out, you know. So, that's been the abandoned warehouse storerooms. Found it hard to balance the resistances. Yeah, that's the same what happens to me, Cognito. Because of that, I'm actually already considering to keep some items. Well, maybe a couple of rings. Something like that. Something small. To gear up whenever I need it. I guess accessories seem to be in order because they don't have pretty high base stats. One of the factions can give you really nice augments for gear that gives poison resist. Ah, well, that should be a solution for the problem as well. Interesting. Good to know, thanks. Yeah, well, this whole game is grind, and if it gives me survivability, I'm fine with the grind. Go. Oh man. Things are just dying here. So, since that's already working that well with just green weapons, I wonder what will happen once I got my set of blue weapons. If I survive that long. Okay. Getting closer to the warden. But we're still pretty far away from the actual boss fight. From the top of my head, it was Homestead. Well, Homestead would actually make sense because they got story-wise a problem with insects, and they feature they are pretty poison damage heavy, so would actually make a lot of sense to begin with. So, well, not now. Ow! Jeez. That hurts a lot more than I anticipated. Gotta get rid of these aether clusters. I think I should have went for that way earlier. Hooray! More zombies! Keep them coming! Fresh hot XP! I always love these situations here because I feel like in the early game these are the most vibrant places to farm XP at. Almost 23. Yeah, there we go. Good stuff. So for now, I'll just invest into base mastery points. Oh, you guys are interrupting me. So, anatomy of murder, vitality, bleeding damage, let's see. 1743. Slowly. Blade barrier, skill immobilizes me for the duration. Damage absorption. Trapment duration. So, this is a short burst of invulnerability. Is that correct? If so, that's a skill I definitely would like to have. Because that would make my problems a lot more easy to handle. Oh, there's another totem. Okay. Good. Now, that's going to be hard. So the vicinity is cleared quite well. I hope they don't send that many Colossuses against me again. Okay. Compared to the totem from the last time, this is a joke. Seriously, that's all. Okay. Those soiled trousers, they are like a mockery to what happened here. Okay. Oh yeah, this is what I wanted. Attack speed. Perfect. Do I happen to carry a frozen heart around with me? No, not this time. Okay. Well, that's okay though. Here we go. More attack speed. That's really good. Oh, I need to go this way. Okay. Sometimes you just get lucky with these things. That was one really easy totem. But I get drained from my HP pretty heavily every time I go into close combat with larger amounts of enemies, so still need some sort of healing effect while I'm fighting. But I should be finding some gear for that sooner or later.
That skill's not ready.
Just need to survive that long. Oh, there's another bunch of ether crystals here. I'll rather quad a little bit too often instead of being sad that I lost my character because I didn't pod often enough. Now, hidden laboratory. Last stop before we actually meet the warden. Oh, that's a boss crawler. Wild Callers skins. So, well... no thanks. It is quite tempting to see that amount of HP on that piece of armor, but it's shaming here, so... good lord.
Can't do that.
It's just that poison AoE killing me, but apart from that, it's just free XP right now. Hey Ding Larn, welcome. Nice to meet you. So, let's keep going. So, we enter the living quarters. This is the spot where we will meet even more nasty bosses. Ooh, I need to fall back attack it. And even more. Now those burning guys next. And then we got rid of that. Well, survival, as you see. And with you? Hope you had a fine day. Don't know what time of day it's over at your place. We're having already almost midnight in 15 minutes over here in Germany. So, this is one of the more risky spots to be in Act 1. Because I died several times in this area here. There are so many ranged enemies here and stronger guys than usual, but let's see. If I have to die, I want at least to die at the boss. Good. More lore, more free XP. But that speed I'm taking, with that speed I'm taking down a rotting soldier, that really makes me quite hopeful here. Okay. Trying to use these corners as good as I can to lure my enemies into me as much as possible. Because stepping into these wide open rooms is quite dangerous. Diablo 2, nice. Nice. Was talking about it a little bit earlier, an hour ago or such. I'm really curious to see how that remastered version will be coming up. Especially the modding situation really makes me curious. Hope you're enjoying yourself. What class you're playing?
Can't do that yet.
Really keep going back and forth here because there's just so much pure damage getting tossed at me. And Githrand is one of the fixed bosses here. It's the person we had all these lore scraps from. I think I can force it down now. I want to get rid of these guys back there.
Can't do that yet.
They're adding just unnecessary pressure into that fight. There we go. Good. Sork. I have never played Sork too much. I played a lot of Paladin, a lot of Amazon, and what was the last one? was the last one. Yeah, well, I always tried to get a Barbarian running or something like that, but it was mostly Amazon and Paladin I played, yeah. The game was pretty hard and unfair in my opinion back then. Lots of bosses just smacking you down like this. But maybe I had no clue how to build characters properly back then. I didn't enjoy the Necro too much in Diablo 2, but there was enough going on with every class that you really had to care about only one class and be happy with the game. That's what I loved about Diablo 2. So, these shoulders here, they really look good. Let's enable them. Where's the bristly fur? What's that? Mutated scales. Oh, I got me my first mutated scales too. Awesome. So, let's go back to Burbage for a moment and free up the inventory. Thinking about getting Grim Dawn. Grim Dawn is such a good game. Like, I personally keep saying Grim Dawn for me is the real Diablo 3. Diablo 3 never happened. It was for some reason called Grim Dawn instead. I have no clue why, but that's just what happened. So if you like Diablo 2, you most likely will be happy with Grim Dawn 2. Although I gotta say their style of character building and build creation is a lot different than what I was used to when I was playing Blizzard games. But in a good way. In a good way. Once I got past the confusion, and there has been confusion, quite a lot of it, I gotta admit. But once I got past that, my experience is really, really making me happy with those games. So, let's see, there's a Frozen Heart missing here. And we should be adding something into the amulet here too. We can go for ectoplasm, grave dust. Let's take the corpse dust, that's more HP %. That stuff can store some bristly fur too. This here can go for some scavenged plating, why not? Here, scavenged plating is the only one too. Shame. More corpse dust? Yes, please. Okay, there we go. Yeah! That's because it is. I consider it as one of the best ARPGs right now on the market, and I value it higher than Path of Exile. But Path of Exile was once a really, really good game, but I don't know. It's still a really awesome game. If you haven't played it too much yet, Path of Exile is really, really awesome too if you don't want to spend money directly. I can strongly recommend it as well. But it does grow stale after half a year or such, in my opinion at least. So there we go.
That skill's not ready.
Okay. So, that's better than my offhand item at this point. So, okay. Path of Exile, yeah, well... The thing about Path of Exile was just that I feel like they turned less and less into a free-to-play game over the course of time because there's just so much clutter there, which is so hard to manage if you don't have bought some inventory stash tabs or some tab to store those divination cards in. The game pretends like it's free to play, but without spending some money into inventory management, it really grows very annoying very quickly, in my personal opinion there. But apart from that, what really was a problem for me with Path of Exile, to be quite fair, is that you get these new seasons every 6 months, and then you have to play a new character all over again. Every friggin' season, you have to play this whole story again and again and again. And for some reason, I don't even enjoy the playthrough of Path of Exile not even half as much as Grim Dawn. I don't know why, but
Can't do that yet.
PoE beta up till Delve. Oh yeah, nice. I played that game quite for some long time too. I mean, I was playing Path of Exile long enough to, for example, to know how horrible desync issues it had once. If you played the beta, you know what I'm talking about when I say desync. It was horrible. Back then, it was just a nightmare to play because your character ended up being at a different spot on the map than you were really. You never played it really truthfully. Yeah. Neither did I. But I enjoyed it a lot before they just, I don't know. They kept adding too much stuff in my opinion. And it was, now it's just a overloaded thing. Fun for sure, but very overloaded too. Oh yeah, speaking about overloaded. I am now able to use those claws which I left in my chest. Let's get back to Devil's Crossing. I created those claws specifically for that moment. Here, severed claws. So let's see how much difference they'll do. 1650. Oh yeah. Oh boy, that's a lot of damage. And also I can now use Brutal Slam. Okay. Best part about that, once I find better weapons, I can just put these Severed Claw thingies into the next weapons. No biggie. I can't really say that I'm noticing much of a difference at this point anymore, because enemies explode rather quickly since quite some time. Alright, Cognito, have a nice time. Thanks for stopping by. See ya. This map looks quite big, yeah. The thing is, unlike Diablo, Grim Dawn has a fixed game world, so the map is basically always the same, but that, I don't know, I started to like that, actually, because the enemies are not every time the same, and the world is really crafted with a lot of love. Okay, so maybe we will have to create a new character now, because I think it's Warden Creek is upon us in any moment. Or do I have to do even more grinding first? I remember. I only know that with this boss I keep thinking, oh, now it's time, and then not. Oh, now it's time, and then not. It's always the same. Oh boy. Let's take down the crystal skin. But I really noticed that these corpse dust thingies increased my HP regeneration that much that my survivability increased by a lot. Oh, there's a boss there. Ah, Zanbrand.
I can't.
So let's get rid of that eyeball thing. But that's the well, doesn't it? Yeah. One of those devotion shrines, that's the one in the mountain where you meet that Gollum cameo. There's a troglodyte boss that's named very similar to Gollum, and he's living in a dark cave, you know. Quite fun. And I'm pretty sure this might be not the only devotion shrine hidden behind a wall there. But I actually really do like that. This gives this game such a nice old school flair. never mind the first form of Warden Creek. That's not the true boss. But since we have absolutely no problem with that whatsoever, I take that as a really good portent here.
Skill's not ready.
I'm slowly losing a little bit of HP here, but pneumatic breathing fixes most of that quite
When I'm
immediately.
done with you, I will
Now will be the more important and exciting moment. Mun and Homestead. I think that's actually the we're talking about the same one here, or not? I don't know. So let's focus. I'm out of pot right now, so maybe kite that. Just that moment he throws down that point blank AoE. That was a good moment to kite out. There's a stun with that fault line skill, and he's charging up that with a stomp, so maybe I can dodge that next time. Yes, absolutely.
That skill's not ready.
Yeah, there we go. No problem whatsoever so far. Not talk too big here. Ooh, I'm slowed. That's bad. I'm out of potion right now. I'll kite it out for now. Just reg it up and go for it one more time.
That skill's not ready.
But we win in that. Bye bye, Mr. Creek. But with all that extra damage, this fight took quite long, though. The conduit, extra two-handed weapon. My shaman used that a lot. Adept stagger. Ooh, neat. This might be a quite useful one. Grindy or mostly just quests? Definitely more on the grindy side. You can do a lot of quests, but most of them are basically just leading you through points of interest on the map. But most of the time you can just grind out things like crazy. It's like the enemies level with you for quite some time until you have hit the maximum level of an area. And then the enemies stop leveling. So basically you can grind out every area until the enemies stop being a threat for you. The grind for loot, yeah, definitely. Definitely. If you want to have a suite of optimized gear, you will grind a lot
Is it
there,
finished?
definitely.
Is the Warden dead? The Warden's defeat is a great victory for us.
Alright.
So you must hide before we...
I did it. I'm very happy about that. Okay, now let's go for the cultists then. Let's try that at least. Because I feel like I really do have a good chance. Blowing up myself for sure. Yeah, in Diablo 2 it really felt good to find something rare. I agree with that. Totally agree with that sentiment. Although sadly with Diablo the yellow items were a real pain to find something good there. Legendaries were quite quickly pretty known, although it was really elevating when you found something good on the legendary side, some of those rare things. But yeah, rare runes, these were like the most elevating thing, until somebody snatched them right in front of you away. Yeah. Or you played a barbarian and kept shouting at corpses. good times. Okay, let's see how well I can deal with those cultists back here. And if I'm able to find a strange key. But my resistances are pretty good against Chthonians, so therefore I felt like I really wanted to give it a try. And gotta say, it's looking good. But sadly, I didn't find a key. It's the first time for me that I didn't find the key. I would have been able to find one from this traitor guy, but yeah, well, I decided to take him down. Yeah, with the cultist order quest, exactly. That guy that I killed there, you can also talk with him and force him to give you a key. But as far as I remember, if you haven't entered that dungeon yet, every Bloodsworn cultist will have a chance of dropping that key, so you will find that sooner or later. So maybe I'll say goodbye to my character right there, so wish me luck, friends. So, oh yeah, Godworm didn't level because I activated him. Haha, okay, good stuff. So it's only a level 21 Godworm, because I'm a coward, but I don't care. Cowards live longer. And I gotta say, that's one of the most scary bosses Burwitch has to offer. And you see here, even though he's 3 levels below me, he's even able to really hurt me a lot. Like, really a lot. More than my pneumatic breathing can heal. I had to pot already. So I think if I would have activated that guy with his 5 level advantage still, this would have been a very, 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 very unfortunately exciting fight. So what do we have here? This looks quite good, that ribbon thing. Physique, health, pierce damage, bleeding damage. It's actually just what my class needs. The drop is relatively rare? Seriously? Weird. I had 3 characters in a row. I must have been extraordinarily lucky in the past. Anyways, friends, I will end today's stream at this point because I don't want to go for the next area tonight, and I feel like we took down the Warden. We achieved quite a lot tonight, and next time we're going to go for the rest there. Yeah, that medal is really good. I got to keep that. Where did it land? No, that's not the one. Here, it has a different look. Corpse dust. So, now, one more time, more directly, thanks so much for watching my stream. I'm really, really appreciating your guys' attention and time here. Very happy about that, and I hope you enjoyed the stay here. And I am doing my best to do a daily stream around this time. I started at 10 p.m. German time. And yeah, feel free to drop that follow if you haven't done so already. I'd be deeply appreciating if you did so. And yeah, have a good time, and let's see each other as soon as possible again. Bye-bye, everybody.
You're welcome.